Deserve a life that feels like yours. You deserve a life that feels like yours, not a life that just looks right, not a life that makes sense to anyone else, not a life that you're built just to meet expectations, a life that feels like yours. Because the truth is, a lot of people are living lives that don't belong to them. From outside, everything looks fine, perfect. You're doing what they are supposed to do, they're following the path that makes sense, you're being responsible, but inside, something feels off. And it's not always loud, something, it's just a quiet feeling, a sense that feels something is missing, a thought that comes and goes. This doesn't feel like me. And most people ignore it because it's easier. It's easier to keep going, to stay in what's familiar, to not question too much. Because the moment you start questioning, everything can change. And change scares. We grow up learning how to adapt. We're learning how to be accepted, how to fit in, how to make the right choices, but not for me, for the expectation outside. And slowly, we stop asking ourselves what we actually want. We start choosing based on fear, on safety, on expectations, and without even realizing it. We want a life that looks stable, safe, but doesn't feel true. I know this feeling. I know it very well. Feeling like you're doing everything right, but something inside you is still not at peace. You're like moving toward, but not in your direction. And that's confusion because you start thinking, why do I feel like this? I should be happy. I have everything I need. But happiness is not just about what you have, it's just about how your life feels. You can have everything on paper because I had the perfect life and still feel disconnected from it. Because your life isn't meant to be something you tolerate. It's meant to be something you feel. And if you don't feel connected to it, it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because something is not aligned. At some point, you stopped choosing yourself. You started adapting. You adjusted your desires. You lowered your expectations. You convinced yourself that this is enough. But deep down, you know it's not. And that feeling, that discomfort, it's not something to fix, it's something to listen to. Because that's where truth lives. You deserve a life that you don't feel like you're pretending. A life where you don't feel you're forcing yourself to it. A life where you don't wake up feeling disconnected from what you're doing. You deserve a life that feels like yours. And that doesn't mean everything has to be perfect. Not at all. Nothing is perfect. It doesn't mean everything has to figure it out. It means that you're building, that you're living, you're choosing feels aligned with you and with who you are. And maybe right now you're realizing that something doesn't, and that can feel scary. I know. I felt that sensation, that emotion, because if you admit it, you can't ignore it anymore. But that's also where everything begins, your life. Because awareness is the first step. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. You don't need to have all the answers. No, you just need to start being honest with yourself. What do you actually want? What feels right for you? What are you doing just because you feel you have to? This question matters. You matters. Because your life is shaped by answers you're willing to face. And you choosing yourself is uncomfortable. It means going against what's expected. It means letting go of what feels safe. It means stepping into something unknown, but it also means becoming back to your life, to yourself. And there's nothing more powerful than that. You don't have to keep living a life that doesn't feel like yours. You don't have to keep ignoring that voice inside you. You can choose differently. You can rebuild. You can start again. Not when everything is perfect, not when you feel ready, but now. Because your life is happening now, and you deserve to feel it. You deserve a life that feels yours. And the moment you start choosing yourself, even in small ways, everything begins to change.